So we are, done that, there you go. So we are investing in sustainable practices. We have put in solar on the property. It hasn't completely taken us off the grid, as we were hoping, but in the future we'll have more cells, maybe another battery, and we'll get there. We already had a massive water tank on there, which was great for the first couple of years, and then went dry last year, so we had to switch the mains on. But now, over the space of a few months, because the rainfall has been so great, more than anyone has thought here, it's now full again, which is fantastic. Composting, well, we have a small spin composter, but we have started a compost pile. We also have many chickens that we add the dung to that. And I am in the farming industry, so I go around and see farmers and they give me as much cow poo as I want. So we have lots of that on the property, all mixed together, forming compost for our vegetable patches, and we may add a bit to the plants next year, depending on if they're nutrient deficient. And basically just an all-over carbon footprint reduction is what we're after. I'm not an eco-warrior, but I think since we moved to Stratton, we moved out of the city, and originally I'm from a little town in England called Ormskirk, and it's a farming community, we were never farmers. But it was always the case when I was growing up that people saved everything and composted everything and did everything that way, and it was just a better way of life, in my opinion. We came from the city, moved into Strat, and just decided that's the way we were going to move with it. We may not have had it 100% to begin with, but in the future that's what we're hoping for, is to be kind of independent and off grid. For our business, we're looking at exploring wholesale opportunities. Now, there's been a number of cases where people have offered to sell our products, and at the moment we're not going down that route. We're thing is looking at maybe getting some investment so that we can sell into China, which is a huge market, and they love anything Australian because the air is clean and everything's natural. So if we can break it in there, then we will make a lot of money that we can reinvest into our farm and into Strathalbyn, which would be fantastic. But I'm also looking at things like the British market. I have obviously relatives over there who are interested in the product and selling it for us. So there's that. We're still going to continue with the local markets, and we are at the Strathalbyn show a week Monday, so please come along and say hello. We're a double tent in, what's the number?
N13 to 14.
N13 to 15, I think
14.
we'll buy the main building, so come and say hello. And then any tourism links. Now, I've never actually met anyone from the tourist board. If you're in here, I apologise wholeheartedly, but we are extremely busy. We did go online and join the tourism board of Strathalbyn recently, and I've got a member's card for that, but I'm yet to get involved, but I will. And that's pretty much it. Now, thank you very much for having us. Hopefully it wasn't too much of a snooze fest. Any question and answers, been entirely green thumb, but I will answer as best I can. Hello.
When you harvest, is it just the flowers, or do you take some of the greenery as well?
We take the stems and the flowers down to about a centimetre left of green. And the oil, the linalool and the linalool acetate, is in both the stems, the leaves and the flower. And more of it is congregated in the flower, but it's in all of it. So we basically take it, push it into the distillation unit, and then push steam through it. At 75 degrees, it comes off, we collect, and then we collect also the steam afterwards, which is known as hydrosol. And that goes into the sleep sprays and things that we use as well.
Is that more effective than cold press?
To be honest, it's a good question. I don't actually know. I've never tried to cold press lavender. All I know. Oh, that'll be interesting to link up. So if you take my card and let them know, it'll be good, because I'm interested in all of it. I use steam distillation because it's something that I've done before and I'm comfortable with, and pretty much removes the majority of the oil. I think cold press will perhaps leave some. But again, it's up for discussion and to see where he goes with it. How long did I last? Too long.
One more question, and then you have the opportunity to purchase, and then ask Carl more questions.
Sorry?
Is French lavender one of your products, or do you
It
grow
will-
French lavender?
It will be. So we've got a field of French lavender. It's actually an interesting one. So it's an intermediate X, which means it was bred originally by mistake in France. So there was a field of English and a field of French lavender, and never the twain shall meet, but they did in the middle, a hybrid was formed. It's known as intermediate X. So this intermediate produces more oil and less camphor. So it took the best of both nature and produced it. Now this variety was brought to Australia, and in conjunction with Charles State University, they hybridized it to the point that it is now extremely drought tolerant and also very hardy to things like frost and everything else. So we're going to use that in the soaps. That's the stuff that we're going to give to Mark, the honey guy, who's going to make our soap for us.